Hey, you guys, welcome in. So it's your girl Spice. Hey, all my singles and divorcees and all my party people. It's your girl Spice. I'm trying to get back on the track of exercising for my own personal well being. I was injured for a while, and so I'm trying to exercise. Not because some guy tried to pressure me into looking the way I did while I was in my 20s, which some guys do. They try to come on here and ask you about your pictures of when you're in your 20s. Oh my God, I can't stand men like that. It's so freaking rude, and I wouldn't give them the time of day. And that's really what the issue is. They're stuck in their teenage years like they're 15s and 16s, and they still think they're 19 in the head when they are grown men who are in their late 40s approaching their 50s with gray hair, you know what I mean? And they're still wishing that they could be with a girl from their teen years. It's really sickening. They got some serious issues and they need to really stop and think about what they're asking for. Because the reality is, people in our 40s, approaching our 50s, are no longer just in high school or even college. We are past motherhood. Some of us are grandparents now. So to expect us to look like we're in our 20s, they are delusional. I'm pretty sick with it. And so today I'm here to talk about, is sex better with the teddy bear, meaning someone who's chubby, or with the slim Jim, someone who's like skinny or in shape? Because I know a lot of people come on YouTube or Facebook and they try to pressure people to lose all this weight and act like it's always the best option. But, I've dated people, some that were very skinny, like in high school, some that were muscular, and some that were overweight. And trust me, it doesn't boil down to just weight or their physique or the way they look. It's the way they treat you. Are they selfish? I dated people that were very selfish, especially when it comes down to sex. Or they're kind of like cold, or they're kind of like, I think they think they're still like, that they're afraid to express feelings or be intimate. So, how is that attractive? Or how does that feel good to a grown woman? If you guys are watching, or if you guys are watching this later, drop in the comment section. Do you think it's better to have sex with someone who's slender or someone who's heavy set or someone in between? I just wanted to clear up some of the notions because constantly we're pressured to believe that, yeah, someone lifts all of these weights or they have all these abs, that they're a better lover. I don't think so. I've been with some that are muscular, in shape, some that were slender, and like, I still don't think they're as giving as probably someone who's overweight. But then I take that back because I have been with someone who's overweight and they still weren't that great either. So, it just varies from person to person and what they're willing to do to please their partner is what it boils down to. So don't get stuck on someone's body weight or body shape, because a lot of the times these people who are focused solely on their looks and trying to focus on women's looks, they got some narcissist traits and behaviors, and it's really unappealing because they want you to they constantly pressure their partner to exercise or to get in shape. No one should be pressured to get in shape and exercise. It's nice to hear some like tips or some advice, but it's not good to constantly insist that someone does some sit-ups or that they need to lift some weights when they don't feel like it. Hey, welcome in. We're talking about, is sex better with the teddy bear, meaning someone who's overweight or someone who's slender or in shape. Because there's a lot of dudes who need a wake-up call. I don't know, ladies, if you guys are watching, chime in and tell me what you think. And fellas, what do you prefer, being with a skinny woman who's super slender or someone who's in shape, or does it matter if they're a little bit overweight? You know, the good thing about being with someone who's overweight, at least they'll keep you warm, okay? A skinny person, you're like bumping bones with them and stuff. So it's a lot to think about, but don't be lied to or misguided, you guys. I used to never want to date someone who's overweight. And I was kind of like unattracted to them. And sometimes I still am. Depends on the person. But honestly, some of them are more affectionate than these men who are so obsessed with looking at other women or focused on exercising every day. That's just my take. I don't know what you guys think. So I'm going to be on here walking and exercising for my own personal well-being, not because someone expects me to look like when I was in my 20s. This is for me. This isn't for any of these dudes or ex-boyfriends who are in la la land and who are straight up rude and, like I said, delusional. I am 48, approaching 50, so do not expect women my age to look like when they were in their 20s. And I don't care if the next girl is over there doing crunches and trying to pretend that she's still 26 when she's really not. Because a lot of them have issues. They may have some abs, but they're over there downing some alcohol. Chasing after dudes who are half their age, you know? So if that's what you guys want, go try it and see how that works out for you. So I just wanted to, some of the people might be on here watching thinking like, yeah, a dude who's in shape or a woman who's in shape is always the best option. But I'm here to say that's a big fat lie. Some of these dudes who are slender, they got some real issues. Like, they sit around smoking weed all day. They live with their mom. The ones who are muscular, they probably just got out of jail or prison. You know what I'm saying? Because most people who have a little bit of weight on them, it's because they work every day. A lot of us work jobs that are like 8, 10, or 12 hours. So how can you expect us to, work a full day of work, then take care of children or grandchildren, our houses, our cars, and to expect us to have a lot of time to exercise? It's a matter of prioritizing your time. And a lot of it, to be real with you, a lot of us have too many things on our plate. So we can only do what we can do, you know? Don't ask for miracles if you certainly are not perfect in all areas. I don't care how good your abs you think look good. You still might have a jacked up personality. You still might be flirting with a million women online. You still might be inboxing a whole bunch of hoes. You still might be reaching out to your ex-girlfriends. So I don't care about your abs. I care about who treats me well. Who shows up when no one else does. You know what I mean? Various things. Who's giving and who's there just to show and tell their friends that they dated you or talked to you. So I just wanted to remind you guys and thank you guys for walking with me. I'm trying to get some of my exercise in. I think I'm gonna do like 15 minutes and then I'm back to work. So I just thought this would be an interesting subject. And I just want to let the young girls know that, yeah, some of our parents try to tell us. I know my mom tried to tell me, like, she likes tall men. Well, that was her advice, right? Some of these tall guys treat you like shit. So height doesn't mean everything. And then I read some articles. A lot of people look down on the men who are shorter. And a lot of the military men, the men who survived these wars, were average height. They were less than like 6 feet. They're probably like 5'9" to 5'11". So a lot of people try to pump you up to make you like their physique. And some of them are just some straight bastards, okay? They want you to go after dudes that look like them. So a lot of dudes will hate on the next dude. I've seen it plenty times, over and over again. There's even some racist men who try to put it in your head that their ethnicity is better than the next ethnicity. Which it doesn't work, you guys. It does not work in your favor. It makes you look like a straight jerk. Because if you're a nice man, women would gravitate to you on their own. You wouldn't have to fill their head up with a bunch of bullshit and hate on the next dude. So what do you guys think? Drop it in the comments section. Do you always go for a slender woman or in-shape woman? Does it matter to you if she's got a little bit of weight on her? And ladies, what do you think? Some of you guys are hung up on these tall men that are in shape or slender. I just know that I'm not saying one is better than the other, that the in-shape dude is better or the dude that's overweight is better. I'm just saying it all comes down to how the person treats you. So hopefully you guys will think about that next time you're out there dating. You see a lot of these celebrities. Some of these celebrities have some chubby men. Like, I think her name's Tamar Braxton. She has a chubby, heavy-set man, and she's in shape. And she looks like she's in love with that man. So that's something to think about, you guys. It is nice that some people like take care of their body by exercising or lifting weights. That's great, especially if they need to. Like if they have heart issues and it's really important that they get some exercise in. Yes, I do believe that it's good to exercise. But don't feel pressured like you have to lose a whole bunch of weight for someone to love you. Because I've been slender, been medium, I've even big at certain times. And I've never felt pressured besides some jerks that come on Facebook with their fake accounts. It's probably an ex-boyfriend or something. Wishing I looked like I was in my 20s. I know, like, this weight, the weight I was like 5 years ago, I still don't have no problem getting a dude because it's all about confidence, you guys. Confidence. And like having things that make you unique and stand out. Like good characteristics, how you treat others. So it definitely doesn't boil down, or it shouldn't boil down to your body weight or your height size. Height. I'm sorry, I'm walking you guys, so I'm just sometimes going in circles on the things I talk about. But I'd love to hear you guys' input. Thank you guys for walking with me. Now, I don't think I'd ever date someone who's like 600 pounds. That's a bit much for me. So, that might be a bit much for me. But someone who's a little bit overweight, that's okay, you know what I'm saying? It might even be better. What have been your guys' experiences? I know there's dating websites like Big Beautiful Women, so I think a lot of men like women with some weight on them. I think it just depends on who you're dating. Some people are very arrogant and they don't even see women with a mind of their own. They just see them as like a piece of meat, basically. I've seen some arrogant men who think because a woman's gotten older that the next man won't appreciate her. And these same men that are so focused on looks and weight, they've been single for decades upon decades upon decades. because they're so fixed on women looking like a, I don't know, 1940s model where they're slender. So I'm gonna continue walking for a while. I'm trying to get, okay, we got like 15 minutes in, so I think I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. Thank you everyone who's came through to watch my YouTube video. If you guys are watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, share it with some of your female friends and male friends who might have some self-esteem issues with the way they look or their body weight or their height. I just wanted you guys to know at the end of the day, there's so many different factors into what makes someone a good sex partner. So, and they could be like the best you think in bed with it, but if they're assholes, what does it all really matter? If they're jerks, they're rude, they make crude jokes, or they just approach you with sex like, what does it matter? They're really good at having sex. You can't take being with them the rest of the week or the rest of the day, for that matter. A lot of these magazines and TV shows have a lot of people being misled and making people think that we have to look a certain way, that we have to be perfectly in shape, when a lot of Americans and people in general, a lot of us are overweight. A lot of us are not like the same height as what runway models are, you know? That's just the reality of it. And I've also checked too, even though models are supposed to be like 5'9", a lot of the shorter women, they get married before the tall, slender ones. So like I said, there's a lot of misconceptions on what makes a good partner. It's a lot of media trying to pressure us to look like their ideals, when we all know that media lies to us. A lot of media is about marketing and making money. It's not always actual facts. All right, for my last couple minutes, I'm going to show you what it looks like out here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for joining me today. I've been on here a couple times a day. I just want to remind you that we have an interview tomorrow with Wholesome Dom. It's going to be a live interview. It's going to be on my Facebook Live, and eventually it's going to be uploaded to YouTube. She's on TikTok under the name Wholesome Dom. She's a dominatrix that is located in Nevada. So she's ready to be booked for parties and events. We're going to ask her a lot of questions about relationships, how she got into this field of work, where does she work at mostly, is it difficult for a dominatrix to have a relationship, and does she have to have sex with her clients, and does she have a pimp? Those are some of the questions that I got for her. If you guys have any questions for her, make sure and drop them in the comment section or inbox me before our interview. Our interview with her is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. I encourage you guys to follow her on TikTok. She's very nice. She has beautiful eyes. She has a really extensive vocabulary. You know, I think a lot of times we think of the spicy workers as being kind of like Nimrods or ignorant or like not very educated, but she seems like she has a really good vocabulary and a lot of knowledge on a lot of different subjects. It's nice to see that she's a person at the end of the day. She has plants that she cares for. She just has a very unique lifestyle. It might be fun to book her for one of our divorce parties. Do you guys have any experiences with dominatrixes? I used to work with one at MySpace. Hi. I've met a lot of spicy workers by creating this show, Spicy Divorce Party Planner. It's been an interesting ride. I met a lot of lovely people that are just trying to make their money, trying to survive. So I look forward to her interview. And once again, I want to say thank you guys for watching my videos. Hit the subscribe button, drop me some emojis. I love emojis. Since I'm walking today to get some exercise in after 4 medical procedures, I'm happy to be in motion again, walking, and I think I'm done with all my procedures. So I didn't get a lot of exercise, so I'm trying to come back in again, trying to make it a higher priority on my list of things to do. So thank you guys for being part of the journey. You guys get to see me in my journey where I go up and down in weight and try to eat better. I'm hoping to make better eating choices. But for now, it's still my birthday week. I'm gonna go get my pistachio scoop of ice cream today. I'm sorry, y'all. Every once in a while, you gotta treat yourself. My birthday only comes once a year, and I love pistachio nut. And I figure pistachios are protein too, right? I'm walked this 20 minutes so that I can have my scoop of ice cream. I'm starting off like 15 or 20 minutes, and you know, eventually the goal is to get up to 2 hours a day. You always got to start back over again, and this is what, you know what, I'm going to walk to the restroom. Because a lot of times when I'm out on the road, it's hard to find a bathroom. So whenever there's one that's open, I try to go in there. And the good thing about like some overweight dudes, they appreciate you more because they probably don't date a lot of women that are slender or in shape. So maybe they might appreciate you a little bit more. Not necessarily. I take that back. That's not true. In some ways they might. Some they might treat you like a piece of cake. And others they might, you know, act wild as well. So like I said, at the end of the day, there's pros and cons, but it really boils down to the person and how they treat you. So don't be afraid to date someone that doesn't look like a Vogue model or doesn't look like the gentleman on the GQ magazine. It's okay to date someone who just treats you really good. And I met this woman before, and she told me, I meet so many wonderful people and just talking to them. She's an older woman. She said, if you have to choose between dating someone that has good sex or someone that treats you good, she said, choose the one who treats you good. She's an older woman, so she must have learned from experience. And let me tell you, her house is up on a hill, so she must have been making some type of good choices. She lives in a very nice neighborhood out in like Malibu area. So I usually listen to people that are doing well in life, not the ones who are struggling in the hood. The people who are living like the best life, you know? I thought that was great advice from an older woman. I wasn't expecting to hear that from her, but maybe I just needed that word. And hopefully you guys let that sink in as well. Hey, you guys, I'm about to end my walk. Thank you for checking in on me. I love to hear you guys' comments and see all the emojis. Hopefully you guys had a nice Monday. My Monday was productive. I was working, making that money, paying my bills on time. It was a real struggle. And sometimes I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But thank goodness for your mom, right? She may get on my nerves a lot of time, but at least she shows up sometimes when I need her. It may be hard to deal with her, but sometimes she shows up for me when I need her. Bye, you guys. Have a nice Monday evening. I'm about to go use the restroom, and then I'm going to go work. But remember, tomorrow we have an interview at 2 o'clock with Wholesome Dom, which means dominatrix. Follow her on TikTok. Bye for now.